Welcome to NTN Nightly. I am Jessie Leonce. This edition's top stories: COVID-19 cases surpass the 100 mark with 73 people in care. St. Lucia and Taiwan embark on an innovative week of activities in the Partnership Trade Show, and celebrating the milestone of 2 centenarians. Wednesday, November 4th, 2020, the Ministry of Health received confirmation of 8 new cases of COVID-19. This brings the total number of cases diagnosed in country to date to 105. The new cases now bring the number of active cases currently in country to 73. All cases remain stable and there are no cases requiring critical care.
Case number 98 is a 33-year-old female from the Miku district. Case number 99 is a 36-year-old female from the Sufre district. Case number 100 is a 45-year-old male from the Babano district. Case number 101 is a 4-year-old female from the Vieux-Fort district. Case number 102 is a 4-year-old female from the Vieux-Fort district. Case number 103 is a 54-year-old female from the Labrie district. Case number 104 is a 55-year-old female from the Labrie district. Case number 105 is a 50-year-old male from the Gros-Islet district. All of the cases following testing for COVID-19 were placed in quarantine awaiting their test results. 4 of these cases were identified through the contact tracing process, and epidemiological links have been established for 3 cases. Case number 98 is linked to case number 55, number 77, and number 92. Case number 101 and 102 are linked to case number 68. Case number 103 and 104 were identified through the community outreach activity undertaken in Labrie.
Dr. Sharon Belmar George is urging all nationals to not only practice good hygiene, but also healthy living.
As we continue to record new cases of COVID-19 in country, it is important that we all make a special effort to keep ourselves well. Be sure to eat a balanced meal, which are low in salt, fat, and added sugars. Make time for physical activity daily. This can include a walk, swimming, or even backyard gardening. Remain hydrated by drinking water throughout the day. These daily health habits will help to build the body's ability to fight off infectious illnesses. If you are living with a chronic condition, these guidelines also apply to help keeping you in control and to keep you healthy. With that, we also encourage you to take any prescription medication as prescribed. Do not skip doses and ensure there is always a month's supply to ensure you do not run out of medication. We ask that while we intensify our response, that we all continue to practice the guidelines to reduce the exposure to the virus.
In the coming weeks, authorities will introduce a GPS tracking system for all registered fishing vessels as part of efforts to strengthen border management amid the pandemic. Prime Minister Honorable Alan Chastney made the disclosure after a meeting with fisherfolk representatives on Wednesday, 4th November 2020. Mounting concerns over illicit border entry from neighboring COVID-19 hotspots have prompted the government of St. Lucia to introduce heightened control measures at sea. Following a meeting with fisherfolk to review the 1-week suspension of fishing licenses earlier this week, authorities announced plans to introduce a tracking system to monitor all registered fishing vessels when offshore.
The longer term or intermediate solution, and that is really within the next 3 weeks, the government will be investing in a GPS system. So all fishing boats and all private boats in St. Lucia will be compelled to have a GPS system installed.
Tracking device.
Tracking device. Which will be done through the satellite, so it means that we would know at all times where boats have been.
Prime Minister Chastney says this intervention will be a triple solution, also assisting law enforcement in stolen vessels and lost at sea investigations. Prime Minister Chastney apologizes to fishermen who were inconvenienced by COVID-19 response measures, stressing that decisive action was imperative given the risk.
I can honestly say that I do not believe the vast majority of the fisher folk are in any way participating in it. But it's very difficult for the police or the law enforcement officers to make that distinction. I have apologized to the fisher folk because there probably should have been an immediate consultation with them as it pertained to that. But the intention was to do that this week.
Meantime, former president of the Gros-Islet Fishermen's Cooperative, Ricky McDoom, encourages fishermen to cooperate with the authorities.
We want to appeal to the bona fide fishers, and we have made a commitment that we are going to work together with the authorities, the fisheries department, the police, to help them with information that is going to curb any form of illicit activities, whether it is human trafficking, and we know one of the biggest problems before COVID was a drug issue.
The Marine Unit of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force appeals to residents in St. Lucia who may have information on individuals who facilitate smuggling into the island to come forward. For the Government Information Service, I am Jessie Leonce reporting. As part of the national response to contain the spread of the pervasive COVID-19 virus, the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority, SLASPA, has implemented an appointment system for the clearing of personal effects cargo at Port Castries in the first instance. This appointment system commenced on Monday, November 2nd, 2020, and takes effect on Wednesday, November 4th, 2020. Only persons with scheduled appointments will be accommodated at the port for business. Herma Demac has more.
Concerns over continued community spread of COVID-19 has caused the St. Lucia and Seaports Authority, SLASPA, to institute some new measures in clearing and collecting personal effects from Port Castries. A similar system at Port Vieux-Fort will be implemented in the coming weeks.
Persons clearing personal effects cargo would not be allowed to come to the ports without an appointment to clear such cargo. This is for Port Castries in the first instance, and a similar initiative will be rolled out at Port Vieux-Fort in the coming weeks.
The Assistant Controller at Customs and Excise, Eva Duterville, is also encouraging the public to pay attention to the new requirements and protocols.
Only customers with appointments for specific consignments will be attended to. So we encourage everyone to make appointments with SLASPA for the number of consignments you need to clear out of customs charge. Everyone is to wear a mask as mandated by our health officials.
Persons seeking to clear personal effects at Port Castries must make an appointment via WhatsApp at 285-1091 or 285-1175, Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Before heading to the port for the confirmed appointments, please ensure that you carry all documents that will be required by Customs and Excise Department and SLASPA.
1. The name in detail, that's your first name, your last name, the bill of lading or delivery number, your identification card number, a contact number, and the vehicle registration number.
If you are clearing on behalf of someone, you need a copy of their ID card and an authorization letter from them.
SLASPA says the new measurements are being implemented with guidance from the health officials and in accordance with strict COVID-19 protocols. Director of Air and Seaports, Adrian Hilaire, has called for patience as these measures are to ensure the health of customers and employees of SLASPA and Customs and Excise.
I know it's a new initiative. I know persons are accustomed of coming to the port as soon as they get the documentation. I'd like to appeal to everyone to work with us. The aim is not to inconvenience you. The aim is to keep you safe.
Again, SLASPA has reiterated that from November 4th, only persons with appointments and proper documentation will be allowed into the ports for clearing or collecting goods.
SLASPA reiterates that from November 4th, only persons with appointments and proper documentation will be allowed into the ports for clearing or collecting goods. From the Government Information Service, I'm Herma Demac.
The Ministry of Commerce, International Trade, Investment, Enterprise Development and Consumer Affairs, in partnership with the Embassy of China-Taiwan, announced on 3rd November 2020 the very first virtual opening of St. Lucia-Taiwan Business Partnership Week, which is also the broader framework of the annual St. Lucia-Taiwan Partnership Trade Show. This year marks a new chapter of the trade and investment partnership between St. Lucia and Taiwan. Under the framework of St. Lucia-Taiwan Business Partnership Week, 3 trade and business-related events will be held between 4th to 6th November 2020. Honorable Bradley Felix is the Minister for Commerce, Industry, Investment and Consumer Affairs.
Over the past decades, the government of St. Lucia and Republic of China-Taiwan have worked collaboratively towards a shared vision of growth, prosperity and independence of our citizens. We have increasingly sought new avenues for trade, partnership and development in a manner that is both sustainable and mutually beneficial to our island nations, while at the same time encouraging cultural and knowledge exchange in areas of agriculture, industry, technology and beyond. This year's inaugural St. Lucia's Taiwan Business Week is but the latest initiative within the scope of our alliance, with its intended long-term impact being to heighten bilateral trade between our two countries, increase foreign direct investment, and to inspire creativity and innovation in the spirit of entrepreneurship and private sector development. This week, through a series of events, virtually and face-to-face, both in Taiwan and here in St. Lucia, we have focused attention on creating awareness of trading and other business opportunities which exist within our respective borders.
The first business-related event, titled Caribbean and Pacific Islands Tourism Marketing Campaign, will be held on 5th November 2020 in Taipei. The exhibition is hosted by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the ROC, Taiwan, Taiwan External Trade Development Council, and the Embassy of St. Lucia in Taiwan, aiming to promote St. Lucia's export products and tourism industry. The 2 follow-up events are 2020 Partnership Opportunity Delegation Online Conference and Virtual Online Startup Workshop, which will both be held in St. Lucia in association with the U.S. Embassy to Barbados, the East Caribbean and OECS. It focuses on attracting investment from Taiwan and the U.S. private companies to stimulate St. Lucia's economy. His Excellency Peter Chen is Taiwan's ambassador to St. Lucia.
Never let a good crisis go to waste. Where others see volatility, we shall see opportunities for prosperity and building global partnership. Taiwan has committed to work with the people and government of St. Lucia and all partners, promoting trade and business and people-to-people connectivity. I believe we will weather the crisis together and remain proactive in expanding international cooperation.
Business startups and individuals who are interested in these events are welcome to visit the Embassy's website for more information. The Center for Adolescent Renewal Care and Upton Garden Girls Center are receiving support from corporate entity CIBC First Caribbean International Bank Limited. Details in this report. At-risk adolescents are the latest beneficiaries under CIBC First Caribbean's Adopt a Cause program in St. Lucia. As the bank continues to adapt its corporate social responsibility efforts to meet the changing circumstances brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, it has shifted focus from the primary schools to rehabilitative and development institutions on island.
This year represents a departure from the past. We have selected to concentrate our programs on the Center for Adolescent Renewal and Education, or CARE, and the Upton Garden Girls Center. We're therefore very proud to announce that the bank will be providing tablets for 4 centers across the island for use by the students for educational purposes. The center requested 8 devices. However, we undertook to increase that number by 2 so as to ensure that each center is covered.
The 10 devices donated to the Center for Adolescent Renewal Care for its skills development program are valued at $6,000. CARE's Executive Director, Carleen Mason, says this donation will complement the center's blended learning activities amid the pandemic.
So many of our trainees are not able to connect to our online platforms because they do not have the devices. So rest assured that these tablets will be greatly used. What we have found is that even though some of the trainees may have internet access, because they do not have the correct devices, the instruction is placed and they are unable to get it. But this gift will greatly enhance what the trainees would now be able to do.
CIBC First Caribbean also presented a check to the Upton Garden Girls Center for $5,000. On hand to collect the check is Jacqueline Messiah Simeon, director at the center.
Upton Gardens Girls Center is positioning itself to become a viable second chance for young women in the country. We have introduced our CSEC and CVQ programs effective January 2020. Of course, COVID has brought some interruptions to that. However, this generous donation will go directly to our scholarship fund. That fund covers school uniforms, transportation, and in the future it will cover examination fees as we prepare young women for CSEC and CVQ courses.
CIBC First Caribbean has pledged continued support to both institutions going forward.
We intend to augment this effort with other training delivered by officers of the bank, such as mentorship for the CARE program and for Upton's Gardens Center, providing job interview, coaching, and workplace preparation sessions. We truly hope that in doing so, we will make a meaningful contribution to your personal development, and these tools will be a catalyst to spur learning and career opportunities as we look forward to hearing the testimonials in the near future.
St. Lucia is celebrating the milestone of 2 centenarians from the Gros-Islet district. Here's Herma Demac.
Centenarians are rare, and it is a marvel to hear a person celebrating their 100th birthday. The government of St. Lucia is recognizing 2 such individuals celebrating 100 years of life and counting. The first is Marie Charles, more affectionately known as Macienne. Marie was born on the 1st of November 1920. 100 years later, she lives to celebrate with family in her community of Deremo Moshi. At a small gathering on her 100th birthday, the government presented Marie with tokens of appreciation. The centenarian says although she's uncertain what allows a person to live this long, she believes diet is important.
Nobody can manger. This is one manger. Nobody can manger bois pain, macambou, figue, farine, on manger. Un banja, nous doit manger tout ce bail-ça. C'est ça qui fait. Si l'on mange, on peut manger. Si l'on mange, on peut manger. Si c'est figue, on peut manger des graines de figue. Si c'est macambou, on peut manger 3 graines. Si l'on mange, on peut manger.
Okay. Marie says she's no longer able to move around, but she is thankful to have her sight. Macienne outlived 8 siblings and is the mother of 7 children, 2 of which have died. She was employed with the government of St. Lucia for several years as a cook, has worked as a farmhand, and was well known as a market vendor selling brooms, charcoal, and farine, which she also produced. The second centenarian is Eldika Nicholas, also of Deremo Moshi. She reached the milestone of 106 years on the 23rd of October 2020. The centenarian was presented with hampers by the Minister for Equity, Social Justice, Local Government and Empowerment and the Parliamentary Representative for Gros-Islet, Honorable Leonard Montoute. Honorable Montoute wished Eldika a happy birthday and toasted to her long life.
Bon la vie pour continuer à enjoy God. Yeah? Happy birthday.
Eldika attributes her long life to the grace of God and is thankful for the gift of many years. From the Government Information Service, I am Hermedy Mark.
Up next, we have Primus Hutchinson with the NTN Nouvelle à Creole.
A habit of daily caring for the teeth, tongue, and gums not only improves your oral health, it also helps maintain a healthy body. Here's how. Be sure to wash your hands and your food before eating. Rinse your mouth thoroughly after every meal and after brushing your teeth. Floss at least once a day before you brush your teeth along the lines of your teeth. Brush at least twice a day, including before bedtime. Ensure you cover the entire tooth surface. Avoid sticky and sugary foods, including candy, as well as carbonated drinks, as they increase your chances of getting cavities. Consume lots of water, fruits, and vegetables daily. Wait at least 15 minutes after having acidic food and drink, such as citrus fruits and soft drinks, before brushing your teeth. This prevents damage to your teeth's enamel. Visit your dentist twice yearly. For further information, call the Dental Services Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness at 468-5314.
Welcome back. Time now for the NTN Nouvelle à Creole with Primus Hutchinson.
Merci autant, Jessie. Monsieur, Madame, département qui a une responsabilité pour la formation en gouvernement Saint-Lucie, GIS, et télévision nationale PA NTN, qui a présenté une nouvelle à Creole, présenté Primus Hutchinson. Là où il y a Saint-Lucie, commencé à trouver les lumières pour guider des affaires trafic, pour supporter efforts pour réduire à ce accident et pour établir plus de protection à ce chemin PA. C'est le ministère des Affaires Construction et Travaux qui a commencé à implémenter le projet ça avec les officiers ministériels dit que ça a fait c'est pour faire assurer que la oui avec chemin PA ni moins d'accidents pour réduire à ce problème de trafic particulier à ces villes PA. Selon le rapport du ministère, la majorité de ces lumières qui de trafic à cette ci partait en opération depuis l'année 2016 et ça qui était opéré un système lumière trafic PA, c'est parce qu'ils ont tenu pour tirer ça qui était bon et ça qui était opéré encore pour servir à ce lot qui n'était pas très cordial. Mais à l'aise là, ça n'a pas été possible encore pour ça fait et c'est raison qui fait le ministère a pris décision pour commencer à replacer parce qu'il n'y a pas ça trouver ces morceaux, ces équipements ça là encore. J'ai mis trop large à ce doyo. Travail là, j'ai fait à bas conduite une compagnie sortie de Trinidad et ça a fait la collaboration et puis division qui est responsable pour affaires lumière trafic un ministère qui a dit de ça c'est pour établir mais bio ça là établir un ministère de construction compagnie qui a replacé ces lumières ça là en ces différentes sections ça là et qui aussi là où Jérémy là où Pont Gouan Chemin John Compton et là où Brésil en ville Castries. L'autre section c'est marchand sans souci avec vieux fort. Le projet ça l'a fini, la caille 9 en ces lumières ça là qui est en opération en pays. Ça c'est depuis ces lumières qui a sous chemin à présent, là c'est chemin Darling, Manuel, chemin l'hôpital et fois chaud qui continue pour opérer. Le même média cette ici te semblé en Rodney Bay mercredi bon matin côté un projet côté yo ka agrandi chemin ça là pour te tendre ce développement concerné projet ça là et c'est gwek là qui est mêlé dans ça. Officier de communication en ministère ça c'est Shannon Lebon expliquer que le travail ça là fini la kayni deux façades chemin pour l'auto voyager en ni en descendre et en montant. Ça veut dire des chemin neuf, c'est-à-dire qu'on a ajouté des morceaux, ça veut dire sortir Castries pour Gozilek, à même façon Gozilek pour Castries. Selon la bonne, Il y a longtemps, les passagers avec les chauffeurs l'auto, tu as pour morceau chemin ça là pour faciliter la transportation des façades de route ça là qui a pousser plusieurs mille trafic tous les jours. Là-bas, on déclare que la tenue plusieurs consultations et puis toute agence et PEP qui était concernée avant le projet a commencé. Bon progrès a fait. Il dit le projet a fini comme en première phase ça a apporté bon soulagement pour le problème de trafic qui était existé à façade de notre pays pour appeler ça. Consultant ingénieur Tebritus Roberts fait comprendre la journée le travail que j'ai fait pour faciliter la première phase du projet. Je mets ça là, côté, mettez colvette, fait canal, fait tuyau, mettez tuyau pour aider de l'eau, agrandissement des façades, je mets ça là. Avec Roberts dit qu'il a trouvé ces trois compagnies, comme Wasco et plusieurs autres, pour te faciliter ces divers changements qui étaient nécessaires à ce travail ça là fait. Le travail là qu'a fait seulement au soir. C'est 8 heures au soir pour 6 heures au matin, avec la police trafic qui travaille ensemble et puis les officiers pour voir que tout ce travail ça là courir sans essor. Le projet a coûté $13 millions là fini. Nous avons ni plus d'informations concernant le projet ça là, c'est à Sushimi Rodney Bay, à son autre programme. Bon, mesdames et mesdames, nous avons trouvé un morceau nouvelle là sur la situation maladie corona qui a tué nous là présent. Alors nous avons pour lire le rapport qui sorti du ministère de la Santé qui a trouvé confirmation 8 cas de maladie corona mercredi. Ça a porté les mois pour 105 en sec, ça c'est 7 ici présentement. 98 c'est une jeune femme 3 l'année Hodmikou. Kalimo 99 c'est une madame 36 l'année à l'âge sorti Sophie. Kayon 100 c'est un homme 45 l'année sorti Babono. Yona ka Yonsa c'est un enfant 4 l'année à l'âge sorti Vieux-Fort. Kalimo Yonsa 2 c'est un autre enfant 4 l'année à l'âge sorti Vieux-Fort encore. Ka Yonsa 3 c'est une femme 54 l'année Hot Laboui. Ka Yonsa 4 c'est une femme 55 l'année l'âge sorti Laboui. Et ka Yonsa 5 c'est un homme 50 l'année sorti Gozile. Toutes ces individus là étaient en quarantaine et 98 ni connexion et puis K55 77 17 et 82 et K101 et K102 ni connexion et puis K68 K103 et K104 trouvé identification du exercice des contacts à village Laboui 13 présentement moi j'ai fait pour ces gens là entre l'hôpital des traitements étouffement comme des habitudes ministère de santé qui a plaidé public là pour laver la main, sanitiser, porter masque à suffisance, en public obéir 6 pieds de distance et puis pour ça on a signe de maladie mal-gorge, esténée, toussée avec problème étouffement, aller au assistance médicale immédiatement. C'est comme ça notre nouvelle là, moi je remercie autant pour garder mon point anti-apologie puisque nous trouvons nouvelle là présent là maintenant pour lire. Alors, je remercie autant et que avec le projet depuis moi collègue a posé l'autre nouvelle à quoi à présent, je viens présenter Jesse.
Messi Appeal Primus. Well, that brings us to the end of the NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the St. Lucia Government Facebook page or our YouTube channel. I'm Jessie Leon signing off for now. Do stay tuned for more NTN programming. Goodbye.